Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Barry Chappell coming to you live from PrimeTime Shopping Network here in Hollywood, California. And I wanted to start the show off with something different because I got a fantastic email from John Milan. And I just want to read this to you. John Milan has Milan Art School. John and his wife Ellie have been teaching art for over 40 years. And I just want to read this email from John Milan. There's one on the easel, but it says, so glad to hear, I wrote him, so glad to hear about success in Miami. We'll tell folks on TV about your new gallery in Sarasota, Florida. The last month, okay, right here, in October. Hi, Barry, just checking in. I signed a lease on a new art gallery building here in Sarasota. Just wanted to tell you in case art collectors may want to hear about that. We will be opening soon within 2 months. In October, we recently held our large gallery art show, House of Art in Miami, complete with a graduation of artists from our one-year school art program. We had many sales, and it was a great success. Folks, this guy is as hard-working, and this right here is a John Milan. It is both acrylic and oil. And I'm going to give you the item number on this. It is BC2775. Look at that. Wilson, that's not a photograph. Wilson, this is not paint by numbers. The guy starts with a blank piece of Arches paper here, or whatever kind it is. I won't tell you. And he paints this. It's not a monoprint where he paints some of it. It's not a almost one of a kind. It is an original. It's $4,500 in the gallery. Yeah, this is item number BC2775. Yeah. Yeah, that's $4,500. And in the galleries, he had just had a big success. Now, I think this is an artist you want to own. But I want to show you another one. And I'm going to gently put this right there. Look at this one. This is BC. This is a lucky piece, Matt. BC2777. Yeah. Do you have any lucky numbers, Killer? What's your lucky number? 777. Oh my goodness. Juliet. Oh my gosh. Wilson, I gotta explain something to Juliet here. There was a guy, Juliet, and he kept waking up in the middle of the night seeing the number 7. Every night he'd wake up in the middle of the night and he'd go, what? And there's a number 7 in his mind. And that happened for 7 days in a row. So he decides, I got to go to the track. So he makes sure he takes bus 7 to the track. He makes sure he's the 7th person to go into the track. He sits in row 77 on level 7. And he waits till the 7th race. And he bets $777 on the 7th horse. You know what happened? It came in 7th. That's why you got to be careful of those numbers. So, this is 777. Now look at this one. Because I'm thinking about doing something crazy here. I'm not sure I am yet. This is BC2779. That is a unique, one-of-a-kind. Well, this is... Now, Patty, that's not correct. If they're watching me in China, That was perfect. Have you ever watched TV in China, Patty?
I have not.
Oh, everything's upside down. They're on the other side of the world. It's supposed to be like that, right, Wilson? Yeah. That is stunning. That is both oil and it's called Limitations and Transcend 12 Limitations. And it is stunning. $4,500. He just had a blowout show. Now, the reason I'm showing you these four is I could price them each, or this one, oh, this is cool. It's got John Milan's fingerprints on him. This is BC 2766. Being. Look at those flowers. Now, Patty, Ashley's sick at home. I'm scared to ask the killer. What do you think I should do? Should I sell these individually, or should I make a 4-piece grab bag, which is 20 grand plus, and take the highest offer? What would you do, Patty?
No, I would say give them a great deal. To the loyal customers that are watching this right now. Just
The loyal customers on all four.
yeah, they're beautiful.
Oh, they're trying to kill me. Oh my gosh, Wilson. Look at that. A friend of mine that died a couple years ago, Marty Weiss, had a saying about you, Patty. Surrounded by assassins. And one of my operators' nickname is Killer. All right. So, what should I say? Call the phone bank? I'm going to take the highest offer? What am I?
We're here. We're ready. We want to talk to you.
Yeah, the killer wants to talk to you. So I am looking for offers, not on one, but on all four. Call in. I'm going to sell all four to the highest offer. And you're going to have 4 John Milans. You're going to have 20 grand plus of John Milan. This is called Rain. Yeah, but I'm just wondering where he signed it, because he signed it in that corner. So make me some offers for my regular customers. This is one of the most serious artists. John and Ellie Milan, they teach college art. BC 2775 reality. And the reality might be I shouldn't have done this. I am looking for offers. I sold these at 660 or something. It goes the other way. Once again, you're right, Wilson, except in China. All right. I don't know if this is going well. Do I have any offers yet? Because this is for my loyal, internet only. I'm not on TV. This is just for my loyal customers who want 4 of the greatest John Milans you ever gonna see. Ooh, I can't take that, but I thank him. They got to do a little better than that. Patty. 1,800. Tell him thank you. But I didn't. Did I say highest offer? Or did I? Yeah. I got an offer for 4 of them at 1,800. No. Killer, do something. Hang up the call, Killer. They're done. Yeah. Oh, folks, keep calling. These are both oil and acrylic originals on paper at $4,500 each. That's $18,000 of John Milan, and I got a low offer. What kind of offer are you getting on your phone? Oh, I'll buy every one he's got. Thank him. Tell him to send them to me immediately. Well, I'm going to let you guys think about John Milan. Ooh. Nah. Oh boy, patty cakes. Yeah. Yeah, hang on. The guy at 1800. I'm going to think about that. But good for you. This is like Mount. Well, if you're in Japan, that's Mount Fiji. If you're in ancient Greece, that's Mount Olympus. And if you're watching Popeye the Sailor Man, you need spinach not to freeze to death up there. All right. Let me hand you this one. See, it really did have his fingerprints on the back, Wilson. All right, I want to show you something here. Because do any of you have a comp on Normo? What's his name? Well, it's got an item number. Nomo. This is an abstract Nomo. He was a very famous artist. He died, I think, 2005 or 7. Very famous Japanese artist. Say what now? And
What's the bottom on the bean?
I'm walking over here carefully. Now, this one has an old item number. I'm going to put this on the screen. Matt Jackal said, show it before I buy it. That's too high. Look at this. This is item number BC 1524, 54 inches by 48. And that is a Nomo. Noda, my bad, Noda. Oh, and Comp's way up there. He's, one problem, Wilson, and I don't want to hurt your feelings, all right? I just want you to know this, okay? Once the artist is dead, he doesn't paint anymore, okay? So to get an original Noda, 54 by 48, this is like 50, 60, 70,000. And I am going to come over here and look at some comps on Noda. Okay. Very official walk there. Oh my, no, that's not it. All right, well, I'm gonna talk about this. I just want to show you this. We're gonna get some more information here in a couple minutes on the Nota. I gotta get a little bit more information on the Nota and what the price in the system is. Patty, can I hand you this? Let me just show you something here. I went to a lot of trouble, but that's what I'm supposed to do. I got this on a fairly reliable source, Wilson. Not 100% reliable, but fairly reliable. And Patty, there might be a Nota file right over there with cops. I never looked. Hang on, I'm going to take a look. I got it on very reliable that Peter Max Graphics only has 2 different Ascending Angels left out of all of his works. This is one of the 2. Now I got that from one of the cruise directors. Hang on. Could this be? No. So, here's what I'm saying to you. Now, you tried to kill me, Wilson. Surrounded by assassins. You see that, Patty? He tried to kill me. Ugh. I want to show you something with Peter Max. That's Peter Max. They call him the most famous living pop artist of all time. He has done 5 Super Bowl posters. Peter Max and Lee Iacocca raised $330 million to reopen the Statue of Liberty. He's done 5 Super Bowl posters. He's done everything. He painted a cruise ship. He's done it all. Now, this is a unique original Peter Max. Here is one from 2012. 2012. 11 years ago. $62,000. Neon Man Blue. This is my favorite one that I took off my own wall, Patty. I didn't take it off the killer's wall. I took it off my own wall. And look at that right there. Angel with heart. I love that piece. Retail price $80,000, asking $61,000. 10 years ago, I took it off my own wall, sold it, and I miss it. Peter Max is now 86 years old. He lived one of the most interesting lives. He was born in Berlin, Germany, and in 1937 his dad said, "This is not safe to be Jewish here in Germany." So his dad moved them to Shanghai, where he lived for the next 10 years, and then eventually moved to the United States. He was born in Berlin, Germany. I just want to show you because this is the last Ascending Angel that I will ever get. This is item number, I don't know. Ascending Angel original. This was on a cruise ship. It's got the 6-digit Peter Max registration number. You never want to buy a unique original without that registration number. They won $125,000, Patty. $125,000. And I called one of the people that put these up on cruise lines, and I talked to him about Ascending Angel. He said he did some stuff, made a call. He said, no, there's only 2 left of all the ones Peter Max ever painted. There's only 2, and I have one of them. I want to make someone one heck of a deal. Patty, I got a price. It's too cheap. They want $125,000. If I even whispered in your ear this price, Patty, you would yell, that's profane. I'm not going to whisper in the killer's ear. No, I know better than that. I will offer this not at $125,000, not at $100,000, not at $80,000, $70,000, $60,000, $50,000, or $40,000. Not $30,000, not $20,000, not even $10,000 or $9,000. Call right now for one of the 2 unique Ascending Angels left. I got a price in mind that is too cheap. Call right now, and Ascending Angel could be yours.
Best lower price on Angel. Peter Max. Crashing. Best lower price.
On this one, would be a steal. There are only 2 left. Wilson, don't fall in love with it because you ain't going. You ain't ascending, Wilson. No, 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 no. You got a couple of calls, but call the phone bank, call here, let's see what we can do. And I got a great price. I also have one other Peter Max right here. And folks, in the art world, Peter Max is gold. This is 2 hearts. This is, oh, look at that. Painted in 2008. And when I keep talking about a registration number, Wilson, this is what I'm talking about. Right there. That's the official Peter Max registration number. When you go to petermax.com, you enter that. They will, if you had to verify this is a Peter Max, they have a picture of Peter Max signing this piece. And here you go. Now there's 2 hearts there, Patty. So should this be 125,000 times 2? Should this be $250,000? Or should I split it and say, all right, 125,000, 62,500 per heart? What's that? Where are they? Who's calling? This is so cheap. Oh, this is too cheap. Hey, if you call here right now, this is a $125,000 piece. Call right now, and here's what I'm going to do. Patty,
Yes, sir.
if they call right now, early bird customers. Either one, killer.
Can I tell Ashley? Yes.
Tell Ashley. Either one. Look, this is because right now I'm not on TV via direct or dish. I'm on the internet only. And I just offered a price so cheap.
Are you sure?
Yes. You got a couple calls, yeah.
That price on there, right? No. Not on there. Oh, it's not on
That's an off the air price. That is so off the air. You got a call though. Well, do we have our psychic around? Matt, how's that psychic school going? You think so? I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10,400. What is it, Matt? You got it. No, he didn't. He was close. He was within 300.
Angel is sold.
Which one is sold?
Angel.
Thank you. The angel is sold. Matt, I'm going to let you grab that now. There you go. Thank you. Ascending angel. Now there's only one left in Peter Mac's inventory. Now I don't know about the 2 hearts, but if there are 2 cardiologists that fell in love, Patty, you know, in love, Wilson, you know, here's what I'm talking about, Wilson, right here. No, they're in love. 2 cardiologists. They go to medical school. Better than that. They knew each other at elementary school. They knew each other in junior high, high school. They met and they fell in love then, but they even went to college together. They became cardiologists together. The odds of them finding another Peter Max of 2 hearts, not 1. I'm going to swear, little kids, ear muss, damn near 0, Wilson. That's what I'm saying here. And I got a special price on this. And I'm not going to sell it by the heart. It's for the whole painting. Darn it, we're going to be so cheap. That'd be weird. Hey, wouldn't that be weird if they're the 2 cardiologists who fell in love and married, their last name was Beater? The 2 cardiologists went to school, became heart doctors together. The last name is Beater. Like your heart's beating? Not like Beater. I don't want anybody to get hurt. All right, beating. No, that's not a... What's a better name for 2 cardiologists that fell in love? What? No, it's not a soap opera. I'm saying, what would their last name be? All right. Pulse? No?
2746.
AFib? No, I don't. Oh, my goodness. I got to play today, but my daughter hadn't sent me the picture yet. Ginger and Apple got to play together. Earlier yesterday, this is a staring contest I have with Ginger, my dog. I had her beat, but you know what she did? Killer, you know what she did? She knew she was losing to me in the staring contest. She licked my nose. Yes. And
No, it's fine. I'm looking at the order right now, but especially with heavier pieces.
all right, let me just show you something here. Inbox. No. Let me come right down here. I got a very special price on this, and it.
Hang on 1 second, sir. Sorry, I'm just getting another call.
All right, EJ. All right. Wilson, my name is Barry Chappell. My daughter's name is Kate Chappell. That dog she adopted, the dog's name is Apple Chappell. And Apple Chappell is a little bit scared, but Apple Chappell has become an amazing dog. So scared at first. All right, let me see if that's one. Look at that. She's half pit bull, half Labrador. So anyway, that's Katie. I got to play. Ginger got to play with Apple today. Yeah, and Apple's fast. Anybody interested in this? This is the last Peter Max I got. I am not getting any more. I can't get any more. They've cut me off. They got mad at me, Matt. Yes. Look at that. It's signed in purple, midnight blue, a little bit of pink, all in the Max signature. It has the 2008 is when Peter Max painted this and signed it. All right, just wanted to show it for a second. You got someone interested in this, Patty? Because I got a great price on this, Matt. All right, I am going to move along. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. BC 2765. You think I should lower this painting, Wilson? Should I lower it down?
Tilt it I'm getting glare.
All right, here, let me do this. How's that? This is an original painting, oil on canvas, done by John Milan. This hung in his house for years. He said this is one of his favorite paintings he ever painted because it really came together. And now what I got to do, oh, it's beautiful. He even painted around the sides. So when you're walking up to it, Wilson, you can, I'm not even going to show that right now, but this is an amazing painting. Tranquility. Look at that. How I'm going to work you guys some amazing deals. I got to auction this, though, and I'm going to make this so... This is a $35,000, $55,000 painting. This is an original John Milan that hung in his house. Said it was one... His wife thought it was one of the nicest paintings he ever painted. And it's been in their house until they sent it here. Here's what I'm going to do, folks. This is too cheap. Way too cheap. Don't do it, Chappell. Don't do it. Just hang on, Wilson. I got to talk to myself. All right, Barry. Ignore those voices you hear. Just tell those voices not to interfere with you right now. Voices, I'm on TV. No, I'm not going to do that again. No. Here's what I am going to do. $2,500 to open on one of the greatest John Milan originals ever painted. $2,500 to open, $200 increments after we get it. This is 36 by 48. It's an original Tranquility. It's the painting that inspired the entire Transcendence series. That is the original. That is the #1 painting. This painting hung in his house until he sent it to me a few weeks ago. It is stunning. That's too cheap, Patty. So what kind of medication, Wilson, did it take you to have the voices stop? What's that? Who said, yeah, Patty says, Wilson, who said they stopped? They haven't. Oh. You were in the Army, right, Wilson? These voices are so loud, if I was in the Army, I'd get a Section 16, not a Section 8. They give me 2 Section 8s. All right, you had the opportunity, and I appreciate it. Now, I'm getting there. I got something I want to show you in a second. All right. Tell you what, Patty, tonight and only tonight, and if it doesn't sell, it didn't happen. I didn't do this. The voices made me do it. Tonight and tonight only, one time, $2,000 to open. This is oil on canvas. This is the Marquette that got that whole Transcend series going. This hung in John Milan's house. His wife thought it was one of the greatest paintings he ever painted, and it hung over their fireplace for a decade. That's so cheap, but $2,000 to open. It is a giant painting. Just call the number 855-474-6778. That's too cheap. All right, now, Adrian, can you put a 2-minute clock up? Because I want to talk to you for 2 minutes. I got some great art coming up tonight, and I've been doing this. Oh, keep it on the painting. I'm ugly, Wilson. I've been doing this. I'm in my 33rd year of live TV. Live. Like if I said something really bad, there's no cut tape button, it's there. I like live TV, but I'll tell you what, this is a heavyweight piece. You're talking about a man and a wife, John and Ellie Milan, that teach art, have their own art college. the Milan Art College. And to see a painting that should be 35, 40,000, he had tons of sales in Miami at the Miami Art Gallery or the Miami Art Show 3 weeks ago. He came back and opened up his own gallery that's going to take 2 months to open in Sarasota, Florida. Here you have something. Where's the downside, Wilson? You have a guy that has an entire series called Transcend. You have the original Tranquility that caused all that to happen. The maquette of the entire series here that hung in John Milan's house for a decade, and I can't get a $2,000 open. They still got 28 seconds left. Now, you see where it says 22 seconds? Is it still 22 seconds? If I talk really fast. I'm that slow. What if I talk really, really? No, that's a Highbury Chappell voice. All right. Nobody wants it, Wilson. Good. I can buy it. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, what I am going to do. Just put this John Milan. Right back here. Now stay. Good. Now, folks, I want to talk to you about one of the all-time greats I ever met in my life. He's still alive. Oleg Glover. Now, this painting right here is called Harlequin. Now, I got more information. Is that better like that than on the easel, Wilson? That's all right. Let me move this a little. There you go. Now, folks, this is a textured painting. Oleg Glover is a master graduate of the Surikov University in Moscow. The Surikov. Named after, what is his first? Vasily Ivanov Surikov, who painted 30 and 40-foot paintings that are worth $1 billion. There are two. If you visit the Surikov in Moscow, there is a huge Surikov original. Then on each side, there's an original Oleg. Here is when I finally tracked Oleg down, because Collector's Editions kept telling me he was in Russia, and he wasn't. He was about 100 miles away from me in California. And I was so glad to meet him that day, and that was 17, 18 years ago. I'm still buying from him. 2006, 23, 17 years ago. I used to get in trouble when I did this. 69 rubles. That was me in St. Petersburg, Russia. I went to St. Petersburg to visit Volkova, Basari, and Pavlov. This is their Russian Costco. And I grew up in the 80s with all that. Ronald Reagan went to his inauguration, the evil empire and everything. And I got there in 2011, and they were more capitalistic than we were. They were hustling. Here is what the Surikov looks like. It is possibly the most difficult school to graduate from. When Oleg was a small child, he was born in Uzbekistan. And at a very early age, they realized this kid can paint, and they sent him to a private academy where he actually went to high school. Then he went to art college and he got his degree. Then he applied to the Surikov. He was very disappointed he didn't get in the first year. He got in the second year and received his master's degree in art from the Surikov. I want to show you a couple things. This is Oleg Untitled 2006. Retail price $104,000, asking price $95,000. I printed that in 2011. When Oleg's contract was up with Collector's Editions, they wanted him in the worst way, but he said, "No, I'm going on my own." He sold by himself 10 paintings in a year for over $100,000 each, some for a lot over $100,000. This is what a wedding dress in Uzbekistan, where he was born. That's why he calls it Harlequin. This is what it looks like in Uzbekistan. That is what a master class at the Surikov looks like. And to be able to get an Oleg Zhevetin, there's the outside of the Surikov. Amazing place. If you ever get to Moscow, ditch your tour guys and get in the cab and go to the Surikov. This is about a year ago, year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. This is Oleg in my apartment, and my dog Ginger was not scared of him. He says, "Barry, do not worry, dog like me." I said, "Okay, Oleg." Now, here's art brokerage. Man and woman, this is 12 years ago. Asking price $68,000. Here, let me just show you one more. What did I do with it? Oh, right here. Sailor's Heart. Oleg sold this for like $45,000. And then 3 years later, somebody put it back up on art brokerage and it sold for, give me a second, $95,000. So I have only 2 Olegs. And this one right here, Harlequin, it's a very important Oleg. They offered him, the Surikov offered to fly him back to Moscow to teach classes on how to become successful in the Western markets. And they offered to put him up at all these hotels and pay him a ton. And I said, "Why did you not go?" He said, "Barry, last time I go to Moscow, COVID breaks out. Stuck there. Had to hitchhike from Moscow all the way south to Turkey. Took flight from Turkey to the United States. Who knows what happened next time? I'm happy here." But anyway, I got a price in mind on this Oleg. Call the phone bank and make me some offers. I'll tell you what I am going to show you here too. One more Oleg. What did I do with that picture? There it is. I am going to move Harlequin over here for right now. I kept trying to remember. This is called Book Friend. And I'm just going, my gosh, that monochromatic coloring is just captivating. And then I figured it out. One of his originals that they turned into a giclée was called Waiting for Winter. Right there. It's got that monochromatic look to it. I believe Oleg told me a long time ago, Waiting for Winter, the original went for $280,000. Collector's edition sold it. So here you have this same theme on Book Friend. And you got one of the most, he uses every geometrical shape. He is considered a modern day Russian Romanticism artist, master graduate of the Surikov. I got a price in mind that you're going to go, you can't sell it for that. I can tonight, if you call in on either of these two Olegs. Oh, I got a price. Yeah, it's not going to be $125,000. Just give me a call. Patty, if I tell you the price, will you promise not to faint? All right, Killer, if she faints, you got to take over the head job, Killer. All right. Keep looking at the painting. This is what I'm thinking. Now, I know you're not feeling the greatest today. I'm going to tell you, but call on in. Are you ready for this? This is a $100,000 Oleg. Are you ready for this? Yes. Either one. I'm not going to say that on air. What's that now? Either one. Call up. Book Friend to me. Should have sold the minute I showed this. That monochromatic look, is just second to none. And the geometrical shapes are just absolutely stunning. Look at that. Yes, either one. And then I'm going to move on because we're going to have Dish Network in 6 minutes.
Now that price that you gave me, is that also going to be to the Dish viewers or just your loyal first hour viewers?
So Patty, you're asking, is this a trick question? Patty is asking me, is the price I just gave her good for Dish customers or only for the internet-only first hour? Only for the internet-only first hour, Patty. Ha! You thought I was going to fail that question. I priced that so cheap.
You did. That's why I was asking.
That's why she was asking. Yes. Now, Funny because, you know, the Oleg Javetin, master graduate of the Surikov, that has sold paintings for so much, one of the most important graduates of the Surikov. They even invited him back to explain how to really conquer the Western markets, and he said, "No, I'm good." And so anyway, yeah, the price I just gave is only good for the internet-only crowd right now as we get ready for this, something I'm about ready to show you. Okay. Yes. Look at that. That is one of the greatest, a very smart coin dealer, Robert Hallam, 32 years ago told me never compete with your customers. If you like something, don't show it, buy it, don't mention it, which I don't. I never compete. Every piece of art I get, I show on TV, never compete. This is one I almost competed with because it is just a perfect Oleg. It is so balanced. It is absolutely amazing. Yes, it is. And I thank all of the internet customers. You have been too kind to me for so long. But that Oleg right there is just second to none. Master graduate of the Surikov. So I should probably let me know when we have. What's that?
20 seconds.
Well, I thank you. Thank everybody on the internet. Now, in a few seconds, let me know. Am I up?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, then take it.
All right. Hello, Dish Network. Barry Chappell coming to you live from PrimeTime Shopping Network's headquarters in Hollywood, California. And I want to thank all the internet-only viewers, and I want to welcome Dish to this show. Because I got a big show tonight, and I've thought about this for the last week. Now, if you had to say, who was probably the most famous surreal artist of all time? Wilson, who's your guess?
Dali?
Salvador Dali. And Salvador Dali lived all the way to 1989. He died in 1989. But his most famous piece that he ever painted, one of the most famous pieces, is right here, Wilson. That is called Persistence of Memory. The log looks like Salvador Dali's mustache. And you have the bending clocks of time on the barren Spanish beachside beach that he grew up in, Spain. And you have the melting clocks of time. But what got me most about this, and which camera you want me on? This one? And I've been on TV, I'm in my 33rd year. And it hit me this week, Patty, the title, Persistence of Memory. Such a great title. We all have it. There is, in the back of my mind, it comes out when you least expect it, Patty. You remember something, you go, I can't believe I did that. Why did I do that? Something that happened 30 years ago, 25 years ago. Does that happen to you, Wilson? You'll be sitting there and you go, why are you're watching a great movie and you're thinking about some awful thing you did. That's what Dali meant. The persistence of memory. Something you said or did or saw or thought about that has stuck with you even though you want to leave it behind. The persistence of memory. Now, one of the greatest artists that took surrealism in a different direction is Sasha Basari. He came up with gentle surrealism. Surrealism that, yes, it's surreal, but it doesn't clash. It slowly builds on you. And there's a picture of Sasha Basari on the roof of the Hermitage Museum where he's selling art to raise money for the stray cats and dogs of the Hermitage. Now, I have some beautiful Sasha Basaris here. And I am going to move this Oleg over, and I am going to run through the gentle surrealism of Sasha Basari. He graduated from the St. Petersburg Academy of Art. Part of the Russian Academy. Now, Patty or Matt, can you hand me some Sasha Basaris? Because I have a price that is so unbelievable. Yeah, just hand me any one you want. Because these are stunning. I'm not going to put a price on the screen at first. I want to show you these. Because this is what gentle surrealism is. Look at that. This, what's the name of this piece? Was it Carnations? Look at that dog. 2811. That is an original Sasha Basari. Orchids. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that girl's eyes. See, Sasha Basari has this gift. What you are looking at is a painting painted by a graduate of the St. Petersburg Art Academy, but it's like you're watching a little boy that painted this picture. Yeah, hand me another one, Matt. Here we go. I wish I had more of these. No, you can leave it up. It will add weight to the deal. This is,
2812.
what is it?
You have it up there. 2812, that one is.
Is this at the,
It has a title on the way.
no, this is at the park.
Oh, because
Isn't this at the park?
Yes.
At the park.
Oh, actually, yeah, I think it actually changed there or something.
we don't
Yeah, I don't know.
sorry.
It's beautiful, Basari. Look at this.
Something about Oleg.
Now, Killer, could you hand me the next one? Oh, there you go. I want to show you a few of these. Then I'm going to introduce you to Sasha Basari. I wish I could get him on TV, but he won't get on an airplane. I'll tell you, I'll let you take these two and look at this. I love this piece.
2807.
What's the item number?
2807.
2807.
How does this work for this?
It's okay. I don't even know.
Look at that. Look at that hat. Look at that little boy. Look at his dog. That is stunning. And when you see a Basari, you are seeing a grown man, a master graduate, but he paints as if he was a child. He sees the world through the eyes of a child. It's amazing. Saatchi Online out of London sells his paintings for $45,000 and $50,000. It is stunning. I got a special price for you. But I cannot stress how important gentle surrealism is. All right, I don't want to. Here, there we go. I believe that's winter, but I don't want to get anybody. Is that winter?
That is 2806.
2806. Look at that. That little boy is an angel. Wilson, if you buy this, you could have an angel in your house. That's not true. Yeah, it is, Wilson. It's true. You agree with that, Patty? Wilson said if an angel came in his house, the angel would run out of there so fast. Yeah. Yeah, he'd splash some water on Wilson, would melt. Ah. Now, folks, what I want to do right now is a while ago, I sent a cameraman, I went with him, Robert Jolly, all the way to St. Petersburg to make a film about Sasha Basari. We filmed some of it on his rooftop. We filmed in his studio. We had a translator there. It is it's called Catcher of the Silence. Because what Sasha Basari's gentle surrealism does, it's catching a moment in time. And he calls it Catcher of the Silence. This is not that long, but it'll give you a great understanding of why Sasha Basari and the way he sees the world and created gentle surrealism is so very important. Are you ready, Adrian? Let's show you this.
Я бы охарактеризовал
I would describe my work and myself as a catcher of the silence,
ловцом тишины.
because the main thing that I want to express is that stillness
Именно вот эта тишина.
and different gradations of
Различные
it.
оттенки тишины, торжественная
Festive
тишина,
stillness, twilight stillness, and lyrical stillness.
тишина какая-то вот. Искусство — это то,
Art is a thing I cannot live without.
ты всегда писал картины.
In my mind, I have this need to
У
paint,
меня в сознании,
and that's
что
what I
я
do.
обязан рисовать, я рисую.
If I'm not painting for a week, I feel like I'm not alive.
Неделю не порисую, всё, я
I need
уже
something to do.
надо что-то
I even
делать.
paint on vacations because I just cannot live any other way.
Ну, рисовать я начал с самого
I started to draw when I was a kid. First, it was in the kindergarten, then in school, then at the studio, and I never doubted it. It was always a sure thing. So at the age of 15, I attended art school. I always knew that I would become an artist. It was in my subconscious. Then I attended the College of Art at Nizhny Novgorod. That was a very fun period of my life because we were getting a lot of new experiences in art. We were learning from each other and competing at the same time. In college, I was the only one who was painting something outside of the course. I would stay up late at the studio and paint and paint. One day, we did an outdoor painting of a still life setup. Everybody drew it the way it's supposed to be drawn, but I did it my way. I drew it from the perspective of the grass, so the subject was far away on the canvas. I was ridiculed by my teacher for that, but I was doing what I really wanted. I wanted to observe the magical world of plants, the world of beauty that is created from almost nothing. I wasn't fighting against the Soviet system. I was fighting against my teachers at the art school. They wanted me to draw like they were doing it, but I wanted to do it my way. They reprimanded me, but they had to deal with it. In my last grade, they almost kicked me out of the school, but then they finally decided to leave me alone. After that, I went to study at the Academy of Fine Arts in St. Petersburg. I studied monumental painting. We studied mosaic, murals, stained glass, and other courses. When I was young, I got interested in Buddhism. I read lots of books about Chan Buddhism and Zen Buddhism. Then I forgot it completely, but there was something that was left inside of me. That sense of silence and pause stayed in my inner condition. It's so strange that some people see it in my work, because I'm not instilling that into my paintings intentionally. There are a lot of places in St. Petersburg that I love, the whole downtown area. When I was studying in the Academy of Fine Arts, I liked to go to Tavritsky Garden, Summer Garden, and the Fontanka River embankment, with all those beautiful houses there. Ever since I started working in the studio, I go on a walk every day to the Pier and Paul fortress. This is my favorite place in the city, because here you can see and smell the Neva River, and there is a great view on the old St. Petersburg, the Hermitage Museum and places like that. I love this place the most right now. I also like the Nikolsky Cathedral area. It's very beautiful over there. The characters I use for my works are existing among us. They're just normal people, but I see something in them. Something that catches my eye when I walk past them. Something clicks in my head when I see somebody's look, or spirituality, or aura. It catches my mind right away. It can be a character from this world, but he brings something from that other world. There is something unique in the person or character. I'm like an antenna, like any other artist. I'm just receiving signals. Before I'm going to start to work on a piece, I must feel the passion to paint. That's why I need something to push me to do it. Usually, I just sit on the couch and stare at the canvas in front of me. It can go like that for days, until something will inspire me. Because I can't paint without it. That's why my mind is always tuned to receive that impulse. It may come from anywhere, and when it comes, I start to paint. The process is on. The small details inside of my head are coming together to form one picture. I never use a pencil on a canvas. First, I paint it over, and then I start to dig things out from the chaos. Like a sculptor starts to shape a stone, I do the same with the brush. Sometimes that stone cracks, so I have to paint it over again. And then something starts to come out from that other world. It's like magic. I'm trying to reflect the sense of stillness and calm in all of my work. I'm trying to pause the world. It's a view from the inside or from the outside. It's hard to explain. It's like an entrance to something transcendental. Well, there is this condition in my soul, and no matter what I'm painting, my characters need to reflect that inner condition, that sense I have. Until I feel that, the painting is not finished. For example, when I'm finishing my painting, right when I see that it's turning out, I get that sense of eternity and a pure happiness. At that time, nothing exists for me anymore. Nothing at all. But, of course, it's an illusion. It's an instant moment, but a very happy one. I like the fact that people see that uncatchable light in my work, because this is what I see too. I spend a lot of time on every painting to instill that sense of light and softness. Until I get that gentle softness, I'm not going to calm down. I've been developing this style for 15 years now. Before, there were no acrylic paints, only oil. Now we have all kinds of tools and paints. The range is wider now. Everything becomes easier and harder at the same time, because every level you step up to requires something new from you. You have just achieved something and now you need to keep going. When I look at my work that is finished, I feel calmness and peace inside. It's a triumph of stillness. Well, if my paintings make someone happy, and they see that simplicity, peace and calmness inside, that makes me happy too. Because this is what I want to reflect in my works. In particular, the simplicity, peace and calmness. Those things describe the condition I want my paintings to stay in all the time. But it doesn't always work out that way. But everyone needs to have some place for the soul. There have been times when people who have seen my works have found something in them that I haven't put into them. I always try to abstract away from that. Because if I start to think by somebody else's thoughts, I will forget my own thoughts. And that will confuse me. That's why I'm trying to put in there what I feel, not what other people will discover. Well, if Sasha Basari will still exist in 5 years, I don't know who he'll be. He might stay the same, maybe he'll change. Change is a permanent process. It's impossible to always stay the same. If you stay at the same level for a long time, you're sinking, because time goes by and it leaves you behind. That's why you always need to discover something new in your life. New techniques, new impressions. It might be invisible for the viewers, but the artists always feel those changes inside of them. It's hard to explain why I love what I do. I just love it, and that's it. Probably because I've done it for all of my life, and it's what I was meant to do.
Hi, folks. That was filmed in St. Petersburg, Russia. I was there. I believe it was 2011, and it was just absolutely amazing. And the Basaris I have are second to none. What's most important when you see a Basari, look into the eyes. Like, look at this kid, this boy standing on the rooftop. Look at that. It's a three-dimensional piece with his little dog. Wilson, that little boy knows you. That dog knows you. It's the most uncanny feeling. When you just look right at him, look right in that eyes, that boy knows us. That's what makes Sasha Basari so valuable. Now, this is now just to show you, this is 12 years ago, Saatchi Online, $15,000. Since then, Saatchi Online are selling them for $35,000. Here was a gallery that got so mad at me. Oh, they got mad at me. They were located in Florida. This ad is 10, 12 years old, where they would sell you a Basari for $5,200. 12 years ago. A gallery in Florida. Sasha Basari has a gift. And I got a price for you. It should be $35,000. That's what Saatchi Online sells them for. Yeah, retail $35,000, but it's not going to be $35,000. Adrian, it's not going to be $30,000. It's not going to be $25,000 or $20,000. It's not even going to be $15,000, I'll tell you. You know, these had to stop in Turkey. They stopped in like 5 places. I was scared they'd get lost, but they finally showed up. It's not going to be $15,000. It's not going to be $10,000, $9,000, $8,000, $7,000 or $6,000. It is absolutely amazing. I can sell you a Sasha Basari for $5,000. But it's not even going to be $5,000. I wish I had more. This is one of the greatest artists I've ever handled or been with in 33 years on TV. Any Basari you like, $2,500. That is the price. And if you want a deal on more than one, I'll see what I can do. But look at that. That is gentle surrealism. That boy standing on the corner of a roof. You're going, what are you doing there, kid? Here is one of my all-time favorite Basaris ever. If I could name this piece, I would have named it Young Napoleon. What is the title on this one? Is it the bird? Is it? Look at him. What is it?
2813.
2813. Tricorn hat. You got to get this, Wilson, with Napoleon the movie coming out. Look at that, but look at the gentle surrealism. Look into the eyes of this boy. He's proud. He's holding up this bird. The bird is even looking at you. That's what Basari does better. It's uncanny. Anybody that's ever bought a Basari, they write me back. They go, whoa, you weren't kidding. It looks like Napoleon conquered Italy there, doesn't it? I mean, this is gentle surrealism. Now, Patty, Look at that boy. Look into his eyes of wonderment.
2809.
2809. There's a bird. And are those tomatoes? It's definitely night. What kind of food is that? Wilson, is tomatoes a fruit or a vegetable?
It's a fruit.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
So you're telling me ketchup is a fruit? All right. Now, this Basari right here, I want in the worst way. The next one coming up, I want so bad I can taste it, but I will never compete with my customers. I urge you to get this Basari. Look at that.
2814.
2814. Look at that kid. It's like he went to Paris for the weekend. Snow. Look at that. What do you call that type of hat, Wilson?
I guess it's a beret.
Beret. Do you have a beret? And do you use a beret for your other night job? No? Okay. Why complicate things? Yes. Folks, at $2,500, you cannot go wrong with the Sasha Basari. You are talking about, I want that piece in the worst way. Frame that up, and that is just so, would be such an amazing piece. Oh, 2810. That kid's got some style. When I spent the day, I'm talking 12, 14 years ago with Jonathan Winters, he was wearing a shirt like that. Wilson, he was a funny guy. 2,500. And if you are one of a St. Louis Cardinals fan, this would be your piece, Matt. Look into that boy's eyes. Look at the shadow on his face. Hold that shot. Yeah, look at those eyes. 2805. A red cardinal. Look at that. Now, folks, Wilson, which camera should I get on? Sasha Basari is one of the greatest gentle surrealist artists I've ever met. These are amazing. Call me. Tell me what you think. Call me up. I think that, and I think that Boy on the Roof, unbelievable, second to none. I mean, they are absolutely... This one right, well, the Parisian one, look at that. It's called Night, but look at that. Look at the hues of color he used. That piece, Saatchi Online, that you could buy that on Saatchi Online for $35,000. Or you can get it from me for $2,500. It is absolutely stunning. They are amazing. Is an amazing Basari. Is he a St. Louis Cardinals fan?
Can you show Cardinal one more time?
I will show you the Cardinal one more time. I see the Cardinal. Don't let this painting scare you, folks. That's a fast Cardinal. Matt, did you see how fast that Cardinal flew to the other side of the room? Right there. Look into the eyes of that bird and the boy. And that's a heck of a painting. That is an original Sasha Basari. We got a delay?
There's always a delay.
How long of a delay is there?
A few seconds, but
Like 30.
30 seconds? This is not the type of delay like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, is it? What does he say back? That is a beautiful, look at that. Look at those boys. Look into that boy's eyes. That's an original Sasha Basari. Well, I'm going to move along. I think Parisian Sasha Basari. And if somebody wants a deal on 3 of them, call me up. I'll work you a deal. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Matt. This is going to hurt. Ooh, should I do it? Should I do it, Matt? What do you think? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? You don't know what I was going to do? I was going to say on the first 2 I sell, I'm going to frame them and ship them to you for free. I'm going to pay the framing. On the first 2 I sell, framing and shipping. Give me a call. And I would be all over. I would be all over young Napoleon, and I would be all over Boy on the Roof. This Boy on the Roof. And I've been selling Basaris. That is one of the best Basaris. These 2 right here. Wilson, they are absolutely stunning. Now stay, Basari. Is it going to stay? Is Napoleon going to stay? Is Napoleon going to be my Waterloo? Yeah, we got Patty answering phones. We got Matt. We got the killer answering phones. No, now he's mad at me. Sorry. We have Guillermo. Guillermo Sanchez Escobar. That's Guillermo. Well, thank you, folks. I am proud you let me have the chance to show you these. And Folks, Matt, do you think they're really watching me? All right, Wilson, this is not a trick question. Are there more than 10 people watching me? Best guess, Wilson. You have to think about this, Wilson. All of Dish Network, 2 channels, 228 and 275. I know, but you have to still think about this. Do you think there's more than 10 people? Are there more than 5? Wilson's saying yes to more than 5. Call me, talk to me. I will sharpen my pencil, turn my calculator on, just call me. I'm going to move on to something else because that should not have happened. Oh, Napoleon. Call us. And I like The Boy on the Roof. Now, before we get on Dish, I started with 2 Peter Maxes. I am down to 1, and I cannot get any more. It is going to be almost impossible. Peter Max is 86 years old. Wilson, maybe I bring it back some. Yeah. Hey, there you go. This is an original, unique original Peter Max. It is entitled Two Hearts. It was painted in 2008. It has the Peter Max seal, stamp, but most importantly, the 6-digit Peter Max code on the back. That certificate number on the back allows you, Peter Max Graphics, to always be able to verify your painting. That was not me, that was my mic. All right, now, Peter Max is one of the most amazing artists ever. He is considered the father of pop art. Here is Peter Max in his Peter Max galleries in New York. Peter Max with Lee Iacocca raised $331 million to reopen the Statue of Liberty. Peter Max was born in 1937 in Berlin, Germany. His parents were smart enough to know this is getting very tough for Jewish people in Germany. So they immigrated to Shanghai in China, where Peter Max spent a decade. From there he moved back to the United States. He is official Super Bowl artist, first official artist of the Grammys. You name it, he's done it. He even painted a cruise ship. Now I can show you right here where Peter Max's, give me 1 second. Yeah, rub it in, Chappell. I'm going to rub it into myself. This quote right here is 11 years old. I've never been able to buy or see another Neo Man in blue. That was a quote that I printed 11 years ago. Never seen another one. 11 years ago, they won 62,500. Here, this was in my house, Patty. This was hanging on my wall. Angel with heart. They wanted retail price 11 years ago was 80,000. Asking price 61,300. Never got another chance. I am told the Peter Max graphics on any of them, with the heart, they're almost all gone. I have a very, very, very special price. And folks, it's not going to be, it's actually on the cruise line, they sell this for $125,000. Talk to a auctioneer that does this for a living. So the list price on this is $125,000, Adrian. I could tell you the guy's name, but he'd get fired. But I like him. I'm not going to charge you $125,000. I'm not going to charge you $100,000. I'm not going to charge you $90,000, $80,000, $70,000, $60,000, or $50,000. This is most likely the last Peter Max I'm going to be able to get for a while. The market on Peter Max is gone ballistic. I mean, paintings that I could buy and sell you 10 years ago have doubled and tripled. Peter Max graphics are out for the most part. This one on the back, and you always want to try and buy you don't want to buy an original Peter Max if it doesn't have this on the back. The Peter Max registration number. That 6-digit number has a picture of Peter Max signing it. That is its registration number. Many of the ones I've been selling, I cannot get anymore. They're long gone. Like Angel with Heart. Tell you what, I got a very, very, very special price. It's even less than $10,000, Patty. It's less than 9. It's less than 8. Call for the special off-air price on 2 Hearts by Peter Max. That's a unique original Peter Max. You got the registration number and everything. Man, I can't get any more. I mean, the place we've been buying them, they have jacked the prices up and up and up, and they work tight. Call. It's even less than $9,000. Somebody asking the price, Patty? Because they tell them, we cannot tell them the price on this Peter Max if they're standing up. They could fall down because it's such an amazing price. This, I was saying before we went on Dish Network, I hope this goes to two cardiologists that fell in love. They need this painting, Patty. Despite how many people called in and said, will you sell it by the heart? I can't do that, Wilson. I can't tear a Peter Max in half. Call me. You will be amazed. Okay. You want to know the secret price, Patty? I'll bet you do. Killer? You're walking a little slow. Were you out wrestling last night? You weren't digging Romeo up, were you? All right. No. Yeah, that'll tire you out. Okay. What did you just do? Okay. Tell you what I'm going to do. Matt, I got a special deal right here that you're not going to believe. If anybody's getting married or knows someone that's getting married, Harlequins Oleg was originally born in Uzbekistan. And those costumes are Uzbekistan. That is an Uzbekistan bride. You ever been to an Uzbekistan marriage, Matt? Oh, you got to be careful. You know, with the dowry, oh, you got to be trouble. Here's what I'm going to do. I got a special price. This is Oleg Zhevetin. He's a master graduate of the Surikov. That painting sells for around $125,000. That is the Oleg Zhevetin, master graduate of the Surikov. I could auction it. I could wait 6 minutes. Or I could offer you guys a special deal. Patty, if anybody calls, let me know. I'll give them a great deal on that. The other one, I got a special deal on anybody wants to buy 3 Sasha Bassaris. You're not going to believe it. Call me. Got some Michael Schofield. Got all kinds of great stuff. Look at that. Using only geometrical shapes to paint Russian Romanticism. That is stunning. Tell you what. All right, Patty. Let's pull up the graphics on this, on Harlequin. Folks, it's all right, they just put that, that's probably a smart thing. See that, Matt? They put that right over my face. No, that, we'll sell more. Keep the graphics up. Keep the graphics up. This is one of the greatest Oleg Zhevetins I've ever had. You're thinking this is going to be 15, 20 grand. You know Oleg. You know his work. Master graduate of Surikov. But here's what it's going to be. If you call, all you got to do is call. The call's free. It's going to be less than $7,000. You got to call right now. And I'm going to make you one heck of a deal. You know what they say, Wilson? Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought him back. You call, you'll be satisfied. I'm telling you, it's an unbelievable price. But Matt, what year do you think Nomo died in? Yeah. Noda. Here, BC 1518. Noda. Hideo Noda. Let's see. Very famous artist. And here's what I'm going to do. Let me go right here. Get out of that. Go like that. Go like that. All right. We sold some of these a little while ago. Very. Hey, there he is. Wow. No, my bad. Yes. My goodness. Look at that, 7,500. Hideo Noto on ArtNet. Look at some of these prices, Matt. 15 grand, 22,000. My goodness, this is Hideo Noto. And let me put it, you can view it either way, but that's where he's signed the front. Do you see that right there? Hideo Noda. That is fantastic. Look at these prices. Let me show you guys. Auction closed. Look at this. This is auction only. Consigned to ArtNet? No, I got it right here. 8 artworks, mutual art. Why are Scottsbury boys Noto buying Notos? Sold at auction. Right here, give me a second. Whoa. He did die in 1939. You were right. He was born in 1908, died in 1939. Look at this. That's in yen, 300,000. Look at this, Tokyo. Tell you what I can do on this. Watch this, Matt. How about, why not give him a deal? $1,000 to open, $250 increments. That's too cheap. Your dad's going to be mad at me. There is a Noto right here. Very famous artist. It's 30 by 30, BC 1518. That is a cool painting, man. Got a new color. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. All right. Say what? Camera 2. Or Wilson's camera, my bad. All right, folks, most of the night I've been up against a debate that's over. And the debate has beaten me, Matt. They beat me up. They took me out in the alley, Matt. They said, Barry's on TV tonight. We're going to beat him up. Call me. Whether you want a Sasha Bassari, a Peter Max, an Oleg, a John Milan, call me. I got, oh, these Olegs. I got a little bit of time left. Call me. I will wheel and deal. Tell me. Just call me. Anybody. Call up, say, Barry, I'm interested in this Bassari, or maybe a Peter Max with a Bassari, maybe an Oleg with a Bassari, maybe a Peter Max with a Oleg. Call me. Off the air, on the air, call me. And just so you know, it's 855-474-6778. Except for that prank call, Patty, reverse the charges. Look at that. A Sasha Bassari. Wilson, I am in my high heel shoes standing under a light post. I'm easy right now. Give me a call. Anything you saw tonight, give me a call. Whether it's a Bassari, an Oleg, a Peter Max, Noda, call me. That boy on the roof by Bassari is just too absolute amazing. Three-dimensional, you got everything you want. Call me. I got a special price on Oleg Javetin. I want to show you one last thing. I'm here for the rest of the hour. Does he have it ready? Wilson, does it? No. Okay, take a look at this.
My name is Oleg. I was born in former Soviet Union. I was born in a small town close to Tashkent city. Tashkent, it's a pretty big city in Central Asia. It used to be part of Soviet Empire. But when I was grow up, I never knew all of that stuff. I just grew up. When I was grow up, I don't know difference between socialism or communism or capitalism or anything else, all that political crap. I just grew up as a little boy, that's it. I just grew up, I love to see flowers, nature, play Indians. Actually, we play American Indians. My earliest memories, I just love to draw. I draw on the furniture, on the walls, on the paper. If I have a piece of paper, I just draw. My family, we have 3 kids. I used to have sister older than me and brother younger than me. My father is simple engineer. Actually, he was chief engineer in the furniture factory, and we have simple life. I'm thankful to my parents because they was educated, actually behind their limits, behind what they need to know in their lives. We have a great library. So I wrote a lot. I wrote a lot of American artists, American writers too. And I was just a simple boy, I just read a little bit. The important, probably, we don't have much TV. That time, Soviet Union, Russia, at that time, we had just 3 channels was controlled by government. And we have just a simple corny movies, probably not much news, because they don't show news at all. Here in the United States, people always stressful. Why? Because they always see the horrible news. Somebody killed here, somebody has drug overdose, somebody got car accident, terrorism here. Always stressful news. Back in Soviet times, no. Even if Russia has some kind of trouble like this, they never show on TV. They always show positive news. Like, let's say, that farmer got thousands more cows, and that's it. The whole news like this. If I couldn't paint, I have to make somehow my living. I don't know. I would be probably homeless. I cannot do anything else. My early age, when I was like 17 years old, and I was in art school, but I cannot make any money from my art. My father was chief engineer in furniture factory. So one time I came to him and I tell to him, look, I have to make some extra money for my clothes, for my girlfriends. He said, okay, you can go in my factory and work as a simple blue-collar factory workman. You can make maybe about $200, $300 a month. And I did that. I go to the factory and work about 3 months. And it was so hard, and it's, I don't want to do that anymore. It's not because it's hard labor. I'm not afraid hard labor. It's what stopped me to do it anything. I start to understand I don't like it. I just don't like it. I start to understand I have to stick what I like. What I like to paint, and that's it. I'm gonna be an artist. But I joined the Surikov Art Institute called Vasily Surikov Art Institute when I was 20 or 21. It's very, very difficult school to get into. Why? I tell you why. Because in Soviet times, to join that school, a lot of competition to join that school. Why? Because it's, let's say take huge megapolis like Moscow. 10 million people live in Moscow. And in Moscow we have probably 2 or 3 schools high-end like this, no more. And 200 million people in country. And let's say how many thousands of artists who want to join and to be an artist and get that high-end excellent education. Thousands of people. So when you go to there, you have to show your artworks. You have to show your skills, your education, and you have to pass it through examination. So when you compete, you have to take some tests in art, in drawings, in composition, in paint, in art history, in language, in a little bit in philosophy. And every test you have to have excellent grades. If you don't have excellent grades, you just lose. That's it. Because school has to choose the most excellent person to study. You have to show real paintings, not photographs, not for portfolio. Real paintings. So I take my paintings, I put them in a train, put myself in a train. Travel 3 days. It's Russia, a very big country. So from south to the Moscow, I travel about 3 days in a train, take some taxis. So show the paintings, real paintings to the persons who reliable, who making decisions. So they can allow to put you compete. A lot of guys show the paintings, it doesn't matter, they can see the paintings and they say, no, we cannot accept you. We cannot accept you even to try compete. So first step, you have to show the paintings and they can see the paintings and probably they can see some potential inside. So they can say, yes, we can allow you to start competition. In Russia, in Soviet times, artists cannot paint even human being or any cityscape or landscape or any nature. It was against religious rules. Simply, I can have consequences. For example, if I paint something like I paint now in Russia, back in Russia, I could be arrested. It's simple as this. Why? Because I don't paint some stupid portraits of some proletarian guys or some party propaganda. What they actually tell you to paint. A KGB guy come to you and say, okay, you have to paint here Lenin or here some Karl Marx and here some revolutionary guards or whatever. And of course, a lot of people say, yeah, I paint that. And they paint, they got their salary and that's it. But if you don't do it, you don't paint, you paint something else, very simple. They can arrest you, they can abuse you in jail, torture. It's very simple like this. Can spend, let's say, 7 years just for nothing, for saying something, or paint some paintings, or create some music what doesn't suit to the music of communistic taste. I just have to change my situation around me, so I don't want to go to prison. Why? Because I want to paint certain paintings. It's simple as this. So I moved to United States, and amazingly, I never was arrested for my paintings. Even more, I was appreciated. Here, public start like my paintings.
Folks, that was Oleg Zhevetin, sit-down interview. Now, folks, this kills me because it's been a strange night. And it's my fault because I got the card. No matter what happens, it's my fault. Tell you what I'm going to do. These two Olegs especially, both of them, they're amazing. Book Friend and Harlequin. You guys got to pay shipping, but watch this, Matt. I can't beat this price. I couldn't beat it ever. if you're watching and haven't bought an Oleg, he's one of the world's greatest. Master graduate of Surikov. This hurts, Patty. If they don't buy this in 2 minutes, take the price down, forget it ever happened. $3,800, you own one on an Oleg. I can't buy him for that. Matt, I can't buy him for that. $3,800. Call me. Either one is a steal. I sell them for $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. Especially book friends. I just want them to call. It's all right. Call me. Call. Just call. Folks, give me a call. All right. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do next. Book friends. Hi, folks. Barry Chappell coming to you live from PrimeTime Shopping's headquarters in Hollywood, California. Notice the registration number, Wilson. Notice this was done, a Peter Max, done in 2008. Notice it's signed on the front by Peter Max. It's a unique original. On the cruise lines, they get over $100,000 for Peter Max's. Patty, I'm going to sell this right now. Make me some offers. Call me about this. He is the Patty, I got a special price on this. All right. Thank Ashley. Take these three down. All right. I'm going to get this out of here. These Basaris don't sell. Here, I'm going to lay them right here. Yeah. All right. Do, folks. I got a special price on the last Peter Max I have. Call me, Patty. Any fare, give me close and it's yours. I want to thank you for watching. I got about 35 minutes left. I have some Michael Schofields. I got, you name it, call me. Look at this. You pay $125,000 on a cruise ship. I got 4 or 5 emails saying we didn't believe you, Barry, then we took a cruise. Call me. I'll make you a deal on this. I'll make you a deal on the Oleg. Just let me know which one you want. Oh, I'll tell you what I got. All right. Let's see if they're out there. Let's see if they're still watching. All right. The red cardinal sold. Thank you. I'll do this one right here. You want to see something cool? Folks, all right, forget about 2 hearts. I was going to sell that so cheap you didn't call. Don't blame you. Here's what I got. Painted in 2023, BC 2787. That is a Michael Schofield original. Oil on canvas right there. $25,000 plus, $30,000 plus. He is in the $1 billion Arm & Hammer collection. He is in the Library of Congress collection. He painted for Stephen J. Canal Productions, who made all those TV series in the 70s and 80s. Watch this, folks. You're looking at a $35,000 Schofield, at least a $25,000. Watch this. I'm gonna make somebody so happy. $1,500 to open, $200 increments. That's one of the most colorful Michael Schofields I have ever seen. It's unbelievable. He has been painting since he was a little kid. $1,500 to open on a Michael Schofield. Matt is explaining the delay to me. What if something happened, Matt, like War Games with Matthew Broderick? I'm on the air, then it's boom. It would take me at least 30 seconds. I don't know. Would you know, Wilson? Would the ground shake? Nobody at $1,500 to open on a Michael Schofield. I have Olegs. I have Michael Schofields. I have Sasha Bassaris. I got Noto. Okay. Last chance on book, friends. And then I am going to put the Noto back up. Oh, that is one of the greatest paintings I've ever seen. Oleg Javetin paint. It is absolutely a perfect Oleg. Look at that. You'll never get a better one. Call me if you're interested.
Hello? Hi, can I get your zip code? Are you registered with us?
Well, if they're not, let's register them.
Sir?
Yeah, folks. 2761. You are right.
He wants to know the low for 4,000? I'll do it for the 200? 4,000?
Which one?
Sir? Hello?
Deal at that price. That's a unique original Peter Max.
What? Oh, no, we can say no. Yeah, we say, yeah, sorry.
No, sir, he can go that low on it.
Okay. Tell you what, I am going to. All right. What happened to the Peter Max? I know, sorry. Where is the painting, I guess I'm asking?
It's over here. They've seen it.
Oh, they've seen it. Okay. Let's see what else I can do. All right. All right. John Milan, the Marquette, to the whole series, BC 2765. Right there. Oh, let me stand this up a little, or the the other way. There we go. Good deal. This was the Marquette to the Transcend series. This was Ellie, John Milan's wife. Ellie Milan liked it so much. This painting hung in their house for over a decade. Watch this. I'm going to get in a lot of trouble, but I'm going to do it anyway. If this doesn't sell, I give up, Matt. I give up. Beat me. Hit me with a stick, Matt. Go ahead. $1,700 to open. This is a $35,000. This is the Marquette. That whole series on Transcend. And here you go. This should be $35,000. $1,700 to open. That is a large oil and acrylic on canvas by John Milan, who runs the Milan Art School. That is a... s- What do they say, Patty? This is stunning.
Yeah. See them? Oh, okay. They wanted to see the, no, it's the same ones that you saw the last time. Yeah, same ones.
Which one?
Yeah. Is there a particular one you want to see? The John Milan.
This is it right here.
Yeah, this is the largest one that we have.
This is a unit. This is an original. I lowered it and lowered it and lowered it. That's a steal.
Which one was it?
This,
Oh, yes, yeah. That one was beautiful. That the one that was like the Hideo Nomura, but we're not sure. Yes, that one was really nice. I just don't want to say that's actually the artist, to be honest, because I don't know.
are they?
I could get
Is he interested in this one, Patty?
yeah. And we're talking about the colorful abstract, right? The larger one, the 54 by 48. No, they're asking about that one, the one that Matt liked.
The Noto?
Yeah.
Bring it back. Yeah. Good call, Matt.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, are we sure they're asking if that's true or no?
Yes,
Matt saying yes.
from 1989.
From 1989. They're trying to get it up too, and they can't find anything.
No, I can find it.
You can?
Yeah.
Matt says he can find it online.
And I gotcha. Yeah. What do we want to open on this, Matt? Give me a price. Because I know Noda.
It's got to be at least 2,500 to open.
2,500 to open. This is huge. Seems like a steal, man. 2,500 to open. Yes. BC 1524. And this is huge. Look at that. What do they say, Patty? Okay. All right. I have a smaller Noda. Okay. Here is a smaller Noda. Beautiful Noda. And looky, Hideo Noto, 800 to open. $100 increments once we get the open. $800 to open. Oh, that is cool, Matt. That is stunning. $800 to open on the Noto. Look at that. That is so cool, Matt. That is an amazing. Look at that piece when the light hits it. Look at that. That's too cheap, Matt. 800? He signed his first name and his last name. Okay. Move along. All right. Let me put up Gentle Surrealism. Here is a piece by Sasha Basari. Do I have one on? Oh, right here. Never mind. I like this little boy. Look at his eyes, folks. One blue eye, one brown eye. Look at the outfit he is wearing. A Sasha Basari. Stunning. 2810. Look at the one below it. Two 2811. Any interest in 2811, give me a call. All right, I'm going to move this along. What do you got there? A David Lloyd Glover and a... Gotcha. There is a David Lloyd Glover. I believe it is, the title of this is Lakeside Wild Roses. Call me. Patty, what do you got? Does this show up on the...
The site orders? Yeah. 2740.
2740. $2,200 to open on a David Lloyd Glover. Matt, what do you think about art? Do you want to sell a piece? Come on up, man. The show over to Matt Jackals. All right, Matt. Boy, we got so many calls on that Peter Max 2 Hearts, but it didn't sell. Tell you what, I'm going to step away. You talk about whatever you want. I'll be back in about 9 days. Have fun. No, I'll be...
Well, Barry, I wasn't really expecting this, but oh yeah, thanks, Juliana. But no, Barry asked what I think about art, and I absolutely love art. I think it, in my eyes, I was talking to a few people about this. You know, what really creates a home when you buy a house, or you clean your house, or you want to really transform your space, whether it's a home, an office, you know, whatever, your studio. I think a piece of art really adds so much life and emotion. I think that's one thing I love about the pieces and the artists that Barry, you know, works hand in hand with. He's developed a relationship with them, you know, over decades, and gotten to know these artists personally, so they really do offer him a fantastic value on these original artworks, and it's really, in my opinion, you know, and a lot of experts out there, they feel like these are investment level prices and values that you're getting the, you know, direct access. You know, we don't have a million viewers at any given time, you know, so you're working really, you know, towards getting fantastic values on these pieces. I think Oleg, you know, Oleg's one of my favorite artists, and I know you may have seen this several times, but really look at the texture. One thing I don't think that comes across over the air or on camera that you really get to see in person is the texture and the detail. Wilson, let's get all the way in on it. Yeah, that Glover, we've got a couple others. You know, go ahead and show that Glover. I think we're getting some interest on it, some pieces. But yeah, you know, the texture of art to me is one thing that I love, that you can't get from the digital world today. It really doesn't express the artist's touch and the human touch that you get from artworks from real artists. You know, these people have been doing this, honing their skill and their craft over generations and lifetimes. And really, I mean, how long has David Glover been painting? 60 plus years, you know, his entire life dedicated to a craft and an art, you know, and that's where you see the artists that we work with, Oleg, Schofield, you know, Basari, they dedicate their entire lives to their craft, their passion. You know, Novaro, you know, you see those documentaries we've shown several times. Here, I'll put this one back, and I'll show you some of the other pieces that we have, because we do have quite a few that you may or may have not seen before. But yeah, Barry, we're doing this one, $2,200.
Well, I think Ashley's got something.
There may be an offer on it. Go ahead, Wilson. Pan around if you want while I grab a couple others. But yeah, some of these Schofields, just phenomenal. And you really, like I was saying, you know, a piece of art can transform just a house into a home. and they have so much meaning and emotion. This one's really cool. This one's a very beautiful one. And the thing I like about Glover is, you know, these are real places he's been. You know, they represent a story. You know, he really tells a story about this one. Sorry about that. That was item number, I don't know. The name is Heartland Morning. And I think Heartland, it really, I mean, that is like the picturesque place in Midwest, in the heartland of the USA. I believe, yeah, 2737. And it is a really, this one, is it on canvas or a board? I think this one is on a board. It's a little bit of a harder surface. It's just excellent, though. The quality and the craftsmanship of David Glover, unparalleled. We've got the last Peter Max we have. The other ones did sell. We have several beautiful pieces, though, and we're really looking to sell them tonight here. Oh, and this one, just going to flash it if anyone's curious. We have some a small vintage collection. Did you see this one, Barry? I like this one. This one was Bernard Bossman. And you know what, Barry? Here, this one. Oh yeah, go ahead. Here, I'll take those Glovers if you'd like.
Yeah, put the Bossman up, and
I just think, you know, yeah. See here.
that's a very famous old artist. Look at this, folks. Look at the back. The person we got this from, their family owned a pawn shop for 2 generations.
Yeah, go ahead and drop that graphic. We've moved on here. Just another few minutes. So if you'd like to do a deal in the last few minutes, we'll work you a really excellent. Here, and I'm going to go ahead and move
On
this.
what?
On Lakeside Roses.
And just
Roses. The Glover.
this one,
No,
and
no,
Wilson,
no,
zoom all the way in, Wilson, because really, I mean, you see, this is from the early 1900s, Barry. It blew me away. This artist really excelled in the early 1900s. Yeah, and yeah, there you go. And you see that, you'll see the detail. You can actually see that that high relief off of that oil. There's like
look at
layers
that.
on it.
Yeah.
It's just phenomenal. And this, I mean, look at
Lakeside sold.
Lakeside did sell. Okay, congratulations. Who got Lakeside? And here, like Barry was showing the back, this is a frame. This has been handed down from generations. This was out of an estate from a colleague that was just, it was just amazing.
The whole family was,
That yeah.
they put aside
that we acquired
things
these.
They just thought was amazing.
Yeah, it was kind of a luck. And you know what? What can you even put a price on these vintage pieces? I mean, look at the frame. The frame
It
is,
could be worth 25,000.
It-
I
it-
mean,
it
because they
easily
were
could.
pawnbrokers. They only bought stuff they knew was of value.
Mr. and Mrs. M. Congrats, Mr. and Mrs. M.
On Lakeside.
On that Lakeside. That was, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a gorgeous piece. You know, those Schofields that
Put that up here, because I've
oh,
got
yeah.
9 calls on this. Folks, I'll tell you what. Call me. I've had 9 different people call up. They've come close, but they came close to the fence. Wilson, they hit the ball, but didn't go out of the park. I got such a special price on this. I know what these are. These have gone up day after day from the people we buy Peter Max's from. They're out. They are out. Peter Max out. He's 86 years old. And I got a special price. Call us. This is $125,000 on a cruise ship. You don't believe me? Take a cruise. Buy this from me, and you're gonna probably afford to take 8 cruises.
I saw the email too. That was a genuine email from a customer. They had talked to you and they said, wow, the cruise prices were even higher than what you were quoting.
Yes. So, folks, I'll tell you, call if you were calling on this, give us a call, because that is, I got a price. Last time you're going to see it too, you know, and we're going to show you a couple more David Lloyd Glover. Okay.
I think, well, yeah, if you're in the market for something a little bit more, a little bit smaller in size, This is a great little, this one I think is a Schofield, right? This is a nice little Schofield landscape.
Yeah,
So if you like something that's a
yes.
little bit smaller, if you're looking for a particular space
I'm
that
not
you want to
sure. Is
fill
that
with
a
some
Glover or a
color,
Schofield?
if you're a landscape lover, Schofield and Glover are great artists. Plus, you know, fine art from a famous artist, it really is an asset to have in your collection. If you're just a collector, it's fantastic to have here, and I'll show you a couple of these others if you like that. It's just a little bit of a smaller Schofield. Here's a Glover. I love, you know, there's something about a fine piece of art, Barry, that that
it's
really
unbelievable.
it can touch your soul. It can change your day. You can, you know, Patty still talks about waking up and looking at her painting that she got, and it was
Oleg.
it was an Oleg, a little bit of a smaller Oleg she had at her house. And I think several customers have told us, wow, you know, I look at this piece every single day when I wake up and it just starts my day off right. Here's another one. I really love the detail and, you know, just that picturesque setting that Glover can create. And artists, you know, in general, when they're talented enough like this, they really do create that.
I'm going to walk in front of the camera. Give me a second. Sorry.
I mean, look at the detail of the flowers and just every single shadow and lighting. You know, it really takes a master artist, a master craftsman, someone who has spent the time, the effort to learn and master and hone those skills. You know, I think it's just, I mean, go ahead and test your own skill and try and recreate any of these pieces, and it really is challenging because it, you know, yeah, I mean, Barry's, I think you've got a couple sketches in your portfolio.
No, I can't paint. But
I've seen one.
Hello,
it was pretty
Happy,
good. I
why
think
you
it's
so
sold.
sad?
I think
Yes.
it's sold too.
Yes.
A Barry original. If you're in the market for a Barry Chappell original, you know, maybe he could you know.
Yeah.
He could part
My
with a
big
couple
hit
others.
was "Hello, Happy, Why You So Sad?" BC 2788. That's a Schofield.
Yeah, and
Look how he textures this right here.
yeah, and the colors. I mean, how many different shades of blue are in this one painting?
Probably 20.
Probably 20.
At
I
least.
mean, at least. I mean, there's just, you know, a lot of emotion in those waves.
Look at
you
the
know,
reds on the
the
rocks.
purples and blues coming through.
You
And
see those reds popping on the rock?
oh yeah, just that little bit of touch is that
I'll tell you
algae.
what, this is a true $35,000 Schofield. If you're watching tonight, this is crazy. $1,500 to open.
And I love how just the white spray comes
The
off
mist,
those rocks.
yeah, it's getting me wet again.
The whitewash and yeah, this is the kind of painting that could make
No,
your
I mean,
day.
Patty, it's
I mean,
Feel it, exactly what you're saying, Mike. You could feel it. You could feel it.
for me, I can hear it. You know, I did grow up on the beach, and I love the sound of the ocean, sound of the waves. For me, ocean images like this, they really do strike, you know, a lot of emotion. But anyways, we only have a couple minutes left. How long do we got?
2 minutes.
All right, Barry. Well, you're back from the bathroom, right?
yes, I am.
You're not okay.
Yes,
yeah.
I am. Yes.
All right. Well,
Yes.
I'll hand over the last few minutes.
Folks, Michael Schofield has textured this. If you ever want a great Schofield at $1,500, I don't know anybody in the country. I've known Schofield for 30-some years now. I met him at my mom's gallery when he was doing posters and originals for an art show. Nobody can get that cheap. I can because I've known him for 30 years. But if you're interested at $1,500 to open, give us a call. And on the Peter Max, give us a call. Say what now?
No, I just wanted to make sure I had the right Glover that sold to Mr. and Mrs. M, right, Juliana? Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. M bought a Glover. Thank you.
I want to know from people that see them in person and just, you know, what's your feeling?
Oh, they're absolutely, you know. Look at this. Look at the mist coming off this rock. I mean, Schofield is one heck of an artist, but that is something that should be in the, major collections. Well, folks, I am down to a minute, and I thank you for putting up with me. If there's anything you saw that you're thinking, man, it truly is now or never, give us a call. And I thank everybody for watching. I hope Ashley feels better. Thank you, Patty. And we have the killer working for us tonight. Yes. And Guillermo, thank you. And folks, $1,500. Are you kidding me? An original Michael Schofield, the Arm & Hammer $1 billion collection. So folks, thank you, and Buford, don't kick that dog. You take care. Jack will be next. See you later. Bye-bye.